Happy video day, guys. Today is going to be a mid-year favorites. I'm going to talk to you guys about the stuff that I have been loving for the past, well, it's not really mid-year, is it? You know what? This is a weird year. So this is mid-year favorites. There's some other products that I really love, but I wanted to pick items that I tried this year or things that have gotten me so excited this year. Those are the items I'm going to be talking about today. So a lot of these have been literally on my vanity. They haven't moved from there because I've been using them so often. So you know that if something doesn't leave your vanity and you literally use it all the time, it is like a favorite of yours. So most of these products have been sitting there. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go over everything with you guys. I have a majority of high-end makeup here. There's a few items here that are not super expensive, but there is a lot of high-end stuff here. They're just really good. So yeah, if you guys are excited to see what have been my favorites this year, don't forget, give me those likes and comment down below what has been your favorite this year, and hit the subscribe button so you guys see me again. Let's do this. Let's get it. Let's start off with one that I'm just literally going to tell you guys about because I bought it this year and I was late to the game on it, and you guys have seen it in almost every single one of my videos. So I had to include it because I love it so much, and that is the Soft Glam from Anastasia. So this isn't a new release. This has been out for a little while now, but I picked it up, I think it was in the beginning of this year. Literally, guys, I picked this up and did not expect for it to be so amazing. I have used it so often. I've also used it a lot for Make Up Your Mind, trying to dupe other palettes. So you know that the color story in here is super useful, very well-rounded, because a lot of people like to use similar tones in their new released palette. So I love this palette. I really do. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. The formula is amazing. Everything about it is great. And you guys know how much I love it. So I'm not going to waste too much time on it, but it's a fantastic palette. If you are the type of person that doesn't want to have a lot of palettes and you just maybe want to have like one or two or even three, this is one of those staple palettes that I feel like it just has so many colors in it. It's very wearable. It gives you deep tones so you could do dramatic eyes. It also gives you light tones so you could do very airy, soft eyes. So I just think it's a staple. I love it so much, and yes, it's fantastic. So it's definitely a mid-year favorite because, like, I can't even understand how I lived without it before. It's been sitting on my vanity and it's what I use like majority of the time. Ever since the spring. When I picked this up, I didn't know how much I was going to love it, but oh my goodness. The Natasha Denona Mini Retro. This guy has stolen my heart. I love it so much. Like, I know looking at it, it looks maybe like a very light palette, and maybe some of you guys are thinking, well, does that even show up on your skin? It just does such a beautiful look. This dusty pink color all over the lid just gives this really nice, soft, dusty rose tone to your lid. This color here that's in between like a gray and a green, it is the most beautiful shade. I've used it to deepen the outer edge. I've put it all over the lid. This color here that's also kind of like a green gray and it's a metallic. It's amazing, and it just fell out. Don't fall out again. So yeah, these two are really amazing, and apparently they fell out very easily. I love this palette. I love it so much. I want Natasha to release a midi of this one or a large palette of this one, and I will be so happy. But right now, that's what I have, and that's what I love. I know she's come out with a few other palettes this year, but I have to admit, guys, I don't think anything has been as original as this one this year, so I love that palette. We're going to jump away from eyeshadow palettes for a minute to talk about a foundation. This one right here, this is the Pretty Fresh from Colourpop. Now, this foundation to me is for a certain skin type. I feel like if you have very dry skin, this may look a little too dry on you. For me, that I have a combination skin, got oily parts, I have dry parts, but now in the summer, that it is so hot outside and humid, it's very difficult for my skin to stay dry. It literally is very oily, and it just gets, everything melts off. But this one here has like a natural finish, and I love the way it looks on my skin. I've told you guys before, I do not wear this without spraying down my face with a glow mist, so I always use my Pixie Glow Mist. It's the best glow mist in the universe, and I use it to spray down my face always. And this, I feel like, needs that hydration added back in, but it wears really pretty. It covers really nice. On my skin, it works really, really good. And the best thing I think about it, in my opinion, is $16. Not expensive. You know, it's not the cheapest foundation, but it's not expensive. It wears nice and it doesn't break out my skin. That is like the number one for me. No breakouts. So since I'm somebody who films a lot of YouTube videos, so I have to put on a lot of foundation, sometimes I don't want to jump into maybe like a Eyeshadow, which is one of my also favorite foundations, because it's expensive, costs like close to 50 or something dollars, and I don't want to waste it all. So something like this for an everyday use is really, really, really handy. So to me, this is a fantastic foundation. Anybody out there that maybe even goes to school or has these events that they always want to put foundation on, but they don't want to use their super expensive foundation every day, this one is highly recommended by me. I think it's fantastic. The only struggle I think is going to be dry skin. If you do have dry skin and you want to try it out, I would say definitely spray down your face and use some type of hydrating primer and see if that works. But I love it on my skin, and yeah. I want to tell you guys about this. So this I just got in BoxyCharm this month, but you know when you know, and I know. This is incredible. I wore this the other day. This is from Hourglass, and these are the Scattered Light Glitter eyeshadows. I wore this the other day, and literally my eye looked fantastic the entire day. Gorgeous color. I got the color Rapture. Oh my goodness, on brown eyes, this is the most beautiful color. I'm sure it would look great on green eyes as well, but this color right here is everything. The little glitters that it puts on your lids are, oh my God, it's so delicate, but at the same time, it has such an impact. It's a really nice shadow. It really sticks well, and I love this thing. Guys, I'm pretty good with knowing when I know, and I know. That's good. Okay, the Fenty Cream Bronzer. You guys know I tried also the blush. The blush, in my opinion, not as good as the bronzer. This thing is pretty amazing. I love it. I got it in 03 Machiato, perfect color for my skin tone. I have a light medium skin tone. I love to put this like right here, along the top of the forehead, and kind of do sort of like a contour bronzer with it, and it just does like a really nice, subtle, very natural bronze. I love the way it looks. I honestly think it looks phenomenal. When I want to do a very natural day, I will only use this with like maybe like a BB cream or a CC cream and just put it all over the face, and it looks super natural. It gives you a little bit of a tan, a little tint to the skin, doesn't go into my fine lines, doesn't break me out. I love this product. This is probably one of my favorite Fenty products that they have released. I love that one. I actually have this on in the areas like I told you, but to kind of set it down, I use this guy. So this is another bronzer. So when you're like two bronzers, they just do different things. So if I really want it to be really dramatic, I'll throw another bronzer on top. It helps set down the bronzer underneath, and also it gives a little bit of a darker hue. So like I said, regular days, just this, but if I really want to amp it up, I add this on top. Oh my God. Guys, this Charlotte Tilbury bronzer is my favorite bronzer. I like it more than the Marc Jacobs Omega, and I used to love the Omega, but I have completely debunked that one with this one. This is number 3 tan. If you have a light medium skin tone, you could totally go with the tan. I love it. I think it looks amazing. It gives me this tan look, but it doesn't make me look fake tan, and that's what I love about this the most. Sometimes when you put on too much bronzer, you'll either get orange or it just doesn't look good on my skin tone. Awesome. If you have more mature skin, you're gonna love this. Hands down, my best bronzer that I own. It's expensive, it's pricey, but it's worth it. Okay, so let's talk about some lip products. So I'm going to jump into the drugstore. So I actually got this in PR from Milani, but it's super good. So this is from Milani, and it is actually called the Lip Gloss Brilliant Oliviers in it's called Ludicrous, I think. But oh my goodness, the color that I wear is Teen Spirit. I love this gloss. I literally put this gloss on almost on top of every single look that I've been doing lately. It has kind of like this real pretty nudish color. Anytime I have a lip color that I just feel like it needs a little something, I'll just kind of like dab this, put it on top, and it just does the most beautiful kind of like luscious look to the lips, but it's very creamy. I've put this on literally with just the lip liner, and I think it looks amazing. So I've been reaching for this. I like a good gloss, and sometimes glosses to me get really annoying because I feel like my hair is always getting stuck in it. But I don't know what it is about this one that doesn't bother me, and I love the way it looks. So I love that gloss. It's super amazing. Okay, so this year in my BoxyCharm, I got from Haus Laboratories this eyeliner, and this is in a brown color. So I actually thought that this was in a gray color when I first tried it because the brown color is a very weird brown. But the way that this thing applies is so easy and so pretty. I don't think I've loved an eyeliner since the Kat Von D eyeliner, which is fantastic, but I've been looking for something to kind of replace it, and I think Haus Laboratories has been my replacement. I've tried different eyeliners, and a lot of times I don't like them. Like the Huda Beauty one that she released, I liked it, but it was just too strong. It literally felt like it was like sinking into your lids after you would wear it for a few times. And this one just feels really lightweight, and I feel like the wand on it, it just makes it very easy for application. So I love these Haus Laboratories liquid liners. They really are fantastic. I have it in black and I also have it in brown. I tend to use the brown more often. I like the more natural eyeliner look than the really strong black, but if I do want to use a black, I also have it in black. So that is a really good liner. Very good liner. So this is from IT Cosmetics. Now this is a little sample, but I need to give this little guy a lot of credit. Now this is the Full Coverage Anti-Aging Waterproof Concealer. This is a strange concealer. This is not a normal concealer. When I first tried this, I put it on like a normal concealer. I put a lot under my lid and I used my finger and I was like, that's pretty interesting. But since I've been using this more and more and more, I have found the way to use it that I think that this is so beautiful. I have it on today. I literally do not see any lines under my lids. Like usually I will see, you know, the concealer gets a little stuck into lines. I don't have the set. I just have it on. And the last time that I had a concealer that I didn't have to set was my Eyeshadow one, which I really love too. But this has been the second runner-up for that. I literally put very little, like literally hardly anything. And I just dab it right here. And then you get a sponge and just kind of go like this. It blends so easy into the skin and it covers like so good, like it covers everything. And I hardly use any product and it doesn't go into the lines. It's a very strange texture. It feels sticky. It feels weird when you're putting it on, but when you blend it out with a sponge and you look at it in the mirror, it looks fantastic. So I've been using this a lot. I love it, and yeah, I'm gonna continue using it. Okay, so since we were talking about sponge, let's give it a little love to this guy right here. So this is from a company called The Super Sponge. So I got 3 of these in PR, and they had sent me an email. They were like, hey, do you want to try my sponge? And anytime that it's like an interesting product, I usually tell the company yes, but I get a lot of emails sometimes of stuff that I'm like, how does that apply? You know? But this was interesting to me. I liked the website. I thought it looked interesting, and I told them yes. They sent me over 3 different sponges, and I've been trying this. I like this product. Now, what's cool about it is the bottom is like a real sponge, but the sides are coated. So it's a different kind of sponge. So if you use the bottom, it's kind of just like if you were using a beauty blender or any other sponge. But when you use the side, it doesn't let it like suck in as much liquid. You see the bottom of the sponge is colored with the foundation and the sides almost look the color of the actual sponge. Dip the sides into the Fenty cream bronzer and put it on with this. So you would think that the sides would be dirty, but they're not. It's coated. So the cool thing about that, it uses a lot less product when you're applying it. And I find using this sponge to put on cream contour or cream bronzer is insanely good. I put it on like this, so I'm saving the product. It's not sucking it up. And then I kind of just blend it out like this. And amazing. It literally is amazing. For my foundation, I do the same thing. I kind of just put the foundation on the tip, apply it on the face, then I bounce it away because I just feel like applying it like this doesn't work as good. You get more coverage because it doesn't suck it up, but I still like this motion better to kind of blend it out. But I am kind of in love with this sponge. I really am. It's a great alternative to the Beauty Blender, and it's actually pretty unique just because the bottom is the only part that's real sponge. The other thing that I love is I had just ordered some sponges from Sephora. What horrible sponges they sent me. Like, I was just like, what the heck is this? I think it was a Sephora brand. They're so hard. This thing, not even wet, feels like a cloud. It feels like like a cushion. Like, it's just the softest sponge ever. I've used this without even wetting it, and it literally feels like I wet it because it's so soft. I think if you are trying to find a new sponge, try this. I think you would love it. I definitely do, because I do. Okay, so the next one is this guy. So the Bareminerals Complexion Rescue has to jump in here. You guys know I've been looking for the best tinted moisturizer, CC cream, and I just ended up saying, you know what, this really has been the best for me so far. Tinted moisturizer with coverage, this is it. I have noticed that on a daily basis lately, that I can't really do too much, I have just been grabbing this, putting it on my face, and good to go, and I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Now, you guys know I like this Chanel CC cream, but this guy has been getting a lot more use out of me, and I'm still with the Chanel one. I still love it, but I feel like I can debunk it. This one, I feel like I'm gonna have a really hard time debunking it, so I'm in love with this. In love. Okay, lip product. These L'Oreal product, these are called the Rouge Signature Allure lipsticks, and I have to give a shout out just to this color right here. This is the coolest color. If you guys see, it almost looks purple, but it's not. It's like a pinky purple. This is the prettiest color. I have used this so often, just with a nice pinky brown smoky lid, and every time I wear this lip color, you guys are like, oh my god, I love that lip color. It's called I Rule, the most beautiful lip color. I use it so often, and this formula of these signature Rouge lip whatever is insane. The only other liquid lip that I like more than this one would be the ones from Pixi, but this is a very good liquid lip. If you're somebody who doesn't like liquid lips that dry and feel like, ugh, I can't breathe, this is not that. This is super moussey. It doesn't last as long as one of those other liquid lips, because that's why they last, because they literally dry onto your face. But this one is just gorgeous. It does stay in place, but it is more moussey. I love it. All right, we've got 2 products left, and I'm gonna give a lot of love to this right here. Natasha Denona Mini Bloom. Where has this been my whole life? Look, Lexi put concealer on it. This is the most amazing blush in the universe. In the universe. I don't think that I have loved a blush more than this blush. This blush has made me love blush. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. For something to make you love something, this is amazing. If you guys are looking for a blush and you just want to try something, don't even buy any of her big blushes. Don't buy her huge face palettes. Just buy this. This is beautiful. I have it on today. I put it on almost every day. Obsessed. Obsessed. And finally, the last palette that I'm going to tell you guys about is something that's very new to me. But you know when you know. The Cutting Edge from Dose of Colors. I know that this is going to be my favorite in the end of the year, because this is, oh my god, it's so beautiful. I have gotten so much use out of this. In the short time that I've had it, I have used it so much. It's actually what I'm wearing today. Again, this green right here is like, it's like, oh, I can't even, no words. This color, and this color are my favorite colors in the palette, the 3 last ones. These 2 here are very pretty too, but I just can't stop using these here and actually mixing this with other palettes. So today I actually mixed it with Soft Glam. I used Cypress Umber on the outer edge, and everything else I used from the Cutting Edge palette. So I love this palette. It's in a beautiful palette. If you like greens, but you don't like to wear greens that are too in your face, that's where it's at. I love this palette. I want Natasha Denona to release a palette that looks like this one with greens, like the dark ones in here. Like you see these bottom ones here? I want those colors in a palette like this. I'm waiting. I'm really waiting. But anyways, that is my favorites so far. Of course, there's going to be more. I can't wait to see what happens in the fall. I can't wait to see what type of makeup releases come out. But yeah, it's not like I've been super excited with a lot of the releases that have come out lately. So I'm really hoping that fall has some awesome releases. But anyways, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what your favorites have been this year. I'm really interested in knowing, have any of these been your favorite? And don't forget, hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.